懒虫不知不觉又染上了，已经有3天没有看书了。今天无论如何要看一下。But on outside he was still a friend, kindly and smiling. Assam Demasto could feel something evil watching him, but he did not know what it was. He looked with doubt and fear. 疑惑。At times even with hate, at the finger of the older daughter. Then he would punish himself for this unkind thoughts, blaming them on the guilt and shame eating away at his heart. And all this black trouble in his soul had made him more famous and popular as a prince than ever. To the people in his church, he seemed very close to God. Oh my God, a man full of gentleness and understanding of the pain and suffering of others. More than once, Mr. Demeter prepared himself to speak to his people about the black cigarette of his soul. More than once he stood in front of them in church, took a deep breath, and told them what? He told them he was the worst of sinners, hateful, dishonest, unclean, and evil son in the sight of God. Accusing, adjective, and accusing look from someone shows that they think that you have done something wrong. 非难的谴责。Deep breath and told them what? He told them he was the worst of sinner, hateful, dishonest, unclean, and evil son in the sight of God. But did they understand? No, they listened. And then told each other how lucky they were to have a man like this for their prince. Only a strong and godly man, they said, could speak so openly about his weakness. Arthur Demeter could find no peace in his heart. He could not sleep at night, but would sit staring at his face in a mirror, hour after hour. 只有早上把这个1个小时的书看掉，这个计划本上的这个事情才有可能做完。一旦早上偷懒了，好了，懒虫就爬上身了。这个很有可能就是剩下的什么背单词啊，这个也想偷懒。人就是这么奇怪。加油！Arthur Demeter could find no peace in his heart. He could not sleep at night. 去喝一下牛奶，暂停一下是可以的。 再嘛还要给客户搞一下电脑，远程弄一下。时间真是，不过时间是海绵里的水，挤挤就出来了。那么你再点点看了，点不出来嘛，到时候只能拿过来，我看你转了。你昨天要转一笔的嘛，转个1块钱的嘛。继续。He could not sleep at night, but he would sit staring at his face in a mirror hour after hour. Often as he looked, his own face would be replaced by accusing face of others, dead friends from long ago. His white-bearded father, his mother, and worst of all, his brain, walking with little paw and pointing her finger first at the scarlet letter on her bosom, and then at the prince's own church. One sleepless summer night, 7 years from the time when Hitler stood in public shame on the scaffold, the prince sat up suddenly in his chair. An idea had come to him. There might be a moment's peace in it, he said to himself, and softly went down the stairs and out into the night. He walked silently through the dark street to the piece of hat plains for the hours of public shame, the scaffold. The prince went up the steps to the platform. Echo, verb. If a sound echo, you hear it against, because it was made near something such as a wall or hill. It was midnight, and the town was asleep. Clouds covered the sky, and Mr. Demeter could stand there until morning with fear of discovery. Why then was he here? It had made him come guilt, shame. He did not know, but a feeling of great honor went through his whole body, and he cried out a terrible scream, which echoed through the night, from one heart to another, and to the hills beyond the storm. It is done, whispered the prince, covering his face with his hand. The whole town will wake up and find me here, but people of the town did not wake up. Or if they did, the image, the cry was something which came from their dreams. When he heard no sounds of feet hurrying towards him, the young prince uncovered his eyes and looked around the window in Governor Bellingham's house, which was not far away. He saw the governor himself, in his white night shirt, with light in his hand. "He looks like a ghost," slowed Mr. Demeter, and after a moment, the light disappeared from the window. The prince became calmer. Then he noticed another light coming towards him along the streets. As it came nearer, he saw that the person carrying it was the old Prince, Mr. Wilson. Pleasant, adjective, enjoyable, and making you feel happy. He has been playing at the bedside of some giant man, thought Mr. Demeter, and so he had. The older prince was now on his way home from the deathbed of the Mr. Winthrop, who had just died. As Mr. Wilson passed by the scaffold, the Demeter found it difficult not to speak. "Good evening to you, Father. Please come up and spend a pleasant hour with me." God heavens, had Mr. Demeter actually spoke. For one moment, he believed that these words had passed his lips, but he had only imagined them. The Wilson walked on, looking ahead, not once turning towards the platform. "I shall be too cold to move soon," Mr. Demeter thought. "I won't even be able to walk down the steps." Crazy pictures passed before his eyes. "Someone will find me here in the early morning. Then we'll turn around knocking on doors. 好，这是牛奶。如果是8:50开始看的话，现在是10点，是早就看好了。所以说，一定要早上把书看掉。牛奶还没热，还要5分钟，定时5分钟。Everyone will hurry out in their nightclothes, Governor Bellingham, with his button undone, his sister, Madam Mistress Hibbins, staring with her wild eyes, and Godfather Wilson too, tied up, spending half of the night at a deathbed. Yes, everyone in the world will come running, and who will sing? We will sing their plaint, half living to death, covered with shame, and standing where Hector Pliny once stood. Passionate, 热切的、强烈的。Adjective, heavy, eager, passionate. Now he began to laugh, loudly and wildly, unable to stop himself. Then he heard an answering laugh, a child's laugh. Then his heart jumped. It was little Pearl. "Pearl," he cried. "Little Pearl." Then more softly, Hector, Prynne, are you here?" "Yes, it's me," Hector Prinny replied. She sounded surprised. It's me and my little pearl. Where have we come from, Hester? He asked. From Mr. Withroper's deathbed. She said, I measured him for his boring clothes, and I'm now going home. Come up here, Hester. You and little Pearl, said the prince. You have both been here before, but I'm not with you. Come up now, and all three of us should stand together. Hester silently climbed up the steps and stood on the platform, holding Pearl's hand. The prince found and held the children's other hand, and immediately felt a warm, strong feeling in his heart, filling it with new life. Pearl looked up at the prince. Will you stand here with mother and me tomorrow, Mr. Demeter? She whispered. No, my little Pearl, answered the prince. The moment of passionate feeling had passed. Already he was trembling, and his fear of public shame had returned. I should stand with you and your mother one day, but not tomorrow. Meter. Now a piece of rock or metal that floats in space and makes a bright line in the night sky when it falls through the Earth's atmosphere. When Pearl asked what day, she tried to pull her hand away from the prince. The great judgment day, he whispered. Then and there, your mother and I must stand together, but not before then, not in the daylight of this world. Before he had finished speaking, a light appeared, far and wild in the sky, in the night sky. It was almost certainly cast by a meteor, and it lit up the whole street like day. And there stood the prince with his hand over his heart, and Hester playing with the scarlet letter on her bosom, and the little Pearl standing between these two. 喝牛奶。因为每天跑步嘛，然后要补钙嘛，一天一杯牛奶一定要吃。 打印的时候，打印机选一下呀，选择那个装上去的那个2500打印机呀。
这电费它打印不下来，到后面是它都在了，没有打印的页面了。
点左边文件那个打印，然后打印的时候要让你选一下打印机的，打印机选一下。Looking up at the print with a playful smile, she pointed across the street, but he put both his hands across his chest and looked up at the sky. However, he knew that little Pearl was pointing her finger at a man standing near the scaffold. Roger Chillingworth, did the prince see him too? Oh, in the stranger honestly light. Did he see only the evil smile, the hate behind the eyes, and believe that he was seeing the devil himself? The message disappeared as suddenly as it had appeared. The master, now traveling with Terry, said, "Who is that man, Hector? Do you know him?" "I hate him, Hector." She remembered her promise, and was silent. "Who is he? Who is he?" called the master. "Can you do nothing for me? I had a terrible man." Meaningless 可理解的。Adjective not having a meaning that you can understand or explain. "I can tell you who he is," said little Pearl. "Quickly then, child," said the prince. "Whisper to me." But the child whispered the meaningless words into the prince's ear and laughed. Why are you playing games with me? Said the prince. You would not promise to hold my hand and my mother's hand. Here tomorrow, replied the child. The daughter was now by the platform. It demands still, he said. Have you been walking in your sleep? Come, my dear friend, let me take you home. How did you know I was here? Asked the prince fearfully. I did not know, said Charlie was. I have been with Mr. Whisop, doing what little I could for a dying man. Now I'm on my way home. Come with me, please. Or you will not be well enough to do your work tomorrow. You should not study so hard. Good sir. I will go home with you, said Mr. Diamondale, defeated. And like someone walking up for an argument, and followed the daughter back to their house. Mystery, none, great suffering or discomfort. Hitler meets the enemy. That meeting with Mr. Demento on the scaffold worried Hitler pain greatly. She saw the young prince's weakness and his misery. And how close he was to madness. She heard the terror in his voice, and he asked her for help. And she decided he had a night to all the help she could give him. Her position in the town was now rather different. In the 7 years since Paul was born, Hitler had wear the scarlet letter patiently and had led a hard-working and blameless life. People no longer hate her. Some even respected her. She's always ready to give what she can to the poor, they said. Although she gets little thanks for the food she takes to them, or the clothes she makes for them. And whenever a house was darkened by trouble, Hitler was there with a warm and kindly word and the offer of help. But when striking again, she left without looking back or waiting for the grateful thanks of those who had been troubled. Afterward, when she saw them in the street, she did not lift her head to speak to them, but put her finger on her gut letter of shame and passed by. Venus banished her coldness. However, dear. However, there had often been greater loneliness and suffering. This had made her strong, and she now felt able to face the man who had once been her husband. It was clear to Hester that this man was Prince's secret enemy, playing the part of a friend and helper, and slowly but surely driving the prince into the madness. In short, she decided to talk to Lord Chillingworth, and to do what she could to stop his cruel and evil ravager. She did not have long to wait. One afternoon, while walking with Paul along the beach, she saw the old doctor with a basket in one hand and a stick in the other. He was collecting the plants. Go down to the water and play while I talk to him. This gentleman, Hester told her daughter. The child flew away like a bird, her small wide feet making patterns in the wet sand at the edge of the sea. Her mother walked up to Roger Chillingworth. I would like to speak to you, she said. Mistress Hester, he answered. I hear news of your good work from everyone I speak to. Only yesterday, a magistrate whispered to me the officials of the town were discussing whether the scarlet letter could not be took off your person. You should do it at once. Understand, it is not for some magistrate to took off this letter. He replied calmly, when if ever I earn the right to be rid of it, they will fall with anyone's help. Searching look. 研究的目光 A look from someone who is trying to find out as much as possible about someone's thought and feelings. Well, then, if you want to, said Chillingworth. It is a fine piece of needlework and look well on your bosom. While they spoke, Hester had been watching him closely and was full of wonder at the change she saw in him. He was no longer the calm, intelligent man she remembered. Now there was a cruel, searching look in his eyes, and a cold smile came and went on her face. Ways of getting enjoyment for cruel ravager had left the devil mark on him. His soul seemed to be on fire. Hester thought. I want to speak to you about Mr. Ernesto, she said, and what about him? Cried Lord Chillingworth swiftly, and I will answer. When we last spoke together 7 years ago, as I said, you made me promise not to tell anyone that we once lived as husband and wife. I agreed to be silent because I used then his position and his life were in your hand. But I think now that I would learn to keep silent since that day. You have been beside him, sleeping and waking, you searching his thoughts and his heart, and each day you cause him to death, a living death, and it is I who have around this to happen. What else can you do? Asked Chilling was. A word from me, this man would be slow from his trash into a prison. And from there to the scaffold. Perhaps that would be better, said Hector. Haven't you had your revenge? Hasn't he suffered enough for his sins? No, answered the daughter. Do you remember me, Hector? I was 9 years ago. Do you remember me, Hector? And I was 9 years ago. You thought I was cold pebble, but it was I not kind of the tree and a good friend to the other. Yes, said Hector. All that and more. And what am I now? He asked, and his face showed the evil that was in him. A devil. And who made me this?
到付的。
啊。
12块。是。我们就行。
呀，忘记计时了，那就看这里时间，55分钟。 今天还好。
啊，去。